Uh, Thank you for watching Mike's Toy Case, where Mike reviews the toys on his toy shelf. Without further ado, here is the review. Hi there. This is Warbotron WB-01-A, also known as not Blast Off, also known as just Blast Off if you want to be lazy about it. Warbotron is the name of the company who makes this. This is the first of 5 figures, which is going to combine into their version of G1 Bruticus, which are the Combaticons, which is a group of Transformers who are sort of military themed, except for I don't know why a space shuttle is all that military themed. And they turn into a giant robot, and that is awesome. So without delay, we're going to jump in here. Blast Off, for some, I love space shuttles. I'm just gonna stop saying that. So Blast Off, when I saw this figure, I was like, I have to get this because Blast Off is awesome, and I love the Combaticon. So this is Warbotron. That's the name of the company. They're making this is their first foray, and this is their first figure into their first foray into the third-party Transformers. Um, they're actually going to come out, I believe, with Menasor next. WB-02 is what they're calling it officially. Other than that, I don't know what their names are. After that, they're tackling Computron WB-03. So this is the box that he came in. I got this a couple days ago. Got this from TF Source. I spent $90 on it, and I was a little hesitant. It took me a while. He came out officially like way back in June, I think. And 2 other figures have since come out. I don't have them yet. And I wasn't sure I was going to get them because it's sort of a catch-22. And if well, it's not. I don't know if it's a catch-22, but if I buy this and I like it, I'm going to want to buy them all. Whereas if I buy this, and I don't like it, I spent $90 on something I don't necessarily like. So it's it's kind of it's scary spending that much money on something that you may or may not like. But I watched a lot of reviews on it, and I got super drunk one night, and I decided to buy it. So I did. Here it is. Let's get on a little bit to the package. This is just sort of some box art that comes on there. I love this. I love the lettering. I love the outline of the figure here. It's great artwork. On the back here, you can see this is definitely just some part of a picture. You can see the foot of. Let me pull this up a little bit. Excuse me. This is definitely a foot, probably of Bruticus right here. So I'm guessing that when you get all 5 of them, they'll form a picture. So I'm going to go ahead, let's take this off. This slides right up, which is really neat. And then this is the box that it comes with. I'm not going to get too crazy into this because I sort of did an unboxing and I showed the video off a little bit. But this is Airburst. You can see he's ages 15 plus, but honestly, I don't even know if I would trust 15-year-old Mike with this figure. I mean, it's not like he's fragile or anything. It's just $90 for this figure. There's absolutely no way I was going to spend or have anything $90 when I was 15. And no, if my parents bought me any toys like this that were $90, I kind of think that they were dumb. Uh, anyway, he comes with a couple accessories. He does not come with his hand. Which arm is he? He's the right arm. Yeah, he's the right arm of Bruticus, and he doesn't come with a hand for it. So I'm hoping that their version of what's his name? Man, I'm blanking on his name. Blast Off, Vortex, Brawl, Swindle, and Onslaught. Oh, god damn it, Mike. Onslaught. So anyway, I'm hoping that the hand comes with Onslaught, uh, because that would make it weird if he didn't have a hand at all. I'm certain he does, because again, I didn't get it with this. Anyway, so he also comes with this little card right here. That's a nice little picture. It's actually a very, it's like it's a very thick card. It bends a little bit. I don't know if it's plastic or just like really thick cardboard, but it's got a nice picture on there. It also has some stats on there, and this thing is littered with misspellings and mistranslations. This is a misspelling. It is on the box too, exactly the same way. It says Armed Forces, and it says Surgeant, and he's a martial master. So, yeah, it's not perfect, but it doesn't really matter. I didn't buy it for that little card. I didn't buy it for the box, although despite the misspellings, the box is great. It also comes with this like really nice sort of comic book thing with the same picture on it, and it's a great artwork. I love it. And it's an actual comic. There's a story in here of Megan, the archaeologist, who discovers the ancient object called the Key of Life. Then strange things started to happen, where basically you can see she's actually driving Swindle there, and he comes to life, and she finds a cave full of transforming robots. Not necessarily Transformers, because it's third party, but definitely you can see transforming robots, and that's Blast Off right there. Anyway, so the it's not great. You didn't buy it for the comic. The comic is definitely it's full of English, which means that it's got a lot of sort of really poor phrasing and kind of mistranslated sentences. But it's still I kind of like it just for what it is. So anyway, this is also the instruction manual. You can see here. Very nice computer generated images, and that's how you can transform him into the arm. I'm going to go ahead and put that away. So welcome to Blast Off, or Airburst if you want to go that way. He has some wheels right here for landing gear. They do pop up, and the other landing gear is actually just kind of molded onto the foot. They don't go away. That's kind of a disappointment, but it's not a big deal because I always view landing gear on things like this sort of just like kind of nice, not necessarily something that you need. I don't demand landing gear on. It's sort of just a cherry on the top kind of thing. Um, I just want to start off by saying this guy's huge for a combiner, especially. He is absolutely just gigantic. And I'm gonna do a quick size comparison. Here he is next to two Decepticon classics. This is Cyclonus. Oops, sorry, Cyclonus, and here is Scourge or Scourge, however you want to call him. So you can see he's pretty big. He's bigger. Wow, that's just like he's very big. But roughly the same size. So there's a lot of arguments over whether these guys are classics or are Chug, they call it, which stands for Classics, Henkei, Universe, or Generations, which basically are all kind of the same line that's just been renamed a bunch, or Masterpiece. And this is Masterpiece Prowl here, which I've done a video on. And he actually, in robot mode, and we'll get there, he ends up being a little bigger than this guy. But I think what kind of sets him apart is that he doesn't feel like classic, or he doesn't feel like masterpiece quality. He's definitely masterpiece sized. He's huge. He's a little bigger than the classics, the Chugs, but he's not the same kind of. There's sort of a realistic quality about the masterpiece figures, and how they transform, how they look in both robot and car or vehicle modes. I just want to say a quick few things about Airburst there. Man, I really want to figure out what is causing that noise when I move him around. He's not perfect. He's very chunky. He's got some gaps, like he doesn't fit together super well, but he looks. Actually, got him put together pretty well here. His wings are kind of floppy, and they don't flop around that much, but they do kind of droop. They also fall off at the drop of a hat. Like they'll literally, just while you're transforming it, you might as well just take them off as step one because they'll just fall off anyway. What else? Oh, I wish that there was a third one of these back here, not just two. And this kind of works out for the feet because with the way this guy is laid out, his feet are back here, his chest is right here, his arms are kind of up here, and they kind of spread out, and his head is right here. He's very. I don't want to say he's a simple transformation. He's not overly complicated like some of the other figures, but he's very satisfying, very fun, very well laid out. But yeah, he's not perfect, but again, for the size and for the quality, the plastic feels solid. He doesn't feel like he's going to fall apart. In fact, he might be a little too tight in areas when you're trying to move joints around or transform. But he doesn't feel like he's going to break at all. I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna buy some Decepticon stickers, probably from Repro Label, to give him some Decepticon markings since he is a third party. He's not going to have any of those. So anyway, that's going to be it for Air Raid or Blast Off in shuttle mode. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get him into his robot mode. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll get this guy going into robot mode. I'm going to go ahead and start by flipping up the landing gear here, and I'm going to take off these guns right here, and I'm going to go ahead and take off the wings because, like I said before, they're going to fall off anyway. So this is sort of what he looks like without the wings. Still pretty good. Step one to transforming this guy is just taking this off. So these are some missile launchers that go on to form his back there. Anyway, so this is man, I want to say he's probably my favorite of the Combaticons, even though he's not really what I would consider a military vehicle. It's more of a science vehicle. Gotta bring these down. These are really tight, by the way. There we go. Is that everything? Yeah, that's everything. I'm gonna form the legs here by flipping these up. The toes flip down. You know, when these guys were created by Starscream, the Combaticons, he got kicked out of the Decepticons for trying to kill Megatron, like one of the million times he tried to kill Megatron. This time, basically, just for no reason, he just tried to shoot Megatron in the back. And then he claimed victory. He's like, I did it! And then Megatron gets up like 5 seconds later and he's like, what the fuck? Starscream, you're an idiot. Sorry, I'm doing this off camera. Um, and so Starscream's like, fuck, I gotta get out of here. And he flies away and he's like, I'm gonna make my own Decepticons. So he finds these World War II like planes and jeeps and tanks kind of sitting on an island somewhere, and puts sort of renegade, I guess, Decepticon sparks or souls or whatever into them. I'm gonna push that out, close that up, and that's how the Combaticons were made. He actually made it so they couldn't absorb energy, and they actually had to steal energy absorbers from some Autobots. There's it's like a two-parter episode about it. But what was kind of disappointing to me, because I'm watching the episodes right now. When I was watching this, is especially Vortex and this guy. Their original forms, like this guy was formed from, I think, a bomber jet, and Vortex was formed from World War II, just like fighter plane. And I think I would have preferred those, you know? I think I would have preferred those greatly over kind of what we have here. Let me let me turn this down for what? There we go. Let's see. These little back things right here flip in just to kind of make it so there's not so much kibble back there, but there is a little bit of kibble. If you don't know what kibble is, it's just kind of excess car or parts that are left over from the robot mode, or robot bits that are left over in the vehicle mode. These tend to pop off too, these little pauldrons here. These pauldrons are probably my favorite part, though. I like how they look. Just gotta flip it around, and it comes down and just kind of sits on his shoulders. Gives him a much beefier feel. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna put his wings on here. So the wing kind of folds down this way, and this one's gonna go on this side here. This part's got to be in. Sorry, this is not as interesting as I thought it was gonna be. Trying to fix his wings. It's just like I said, it's a lot easier to transform him without his wings attached, which kind of makes him a part former. Oh, I'm on the wrong side, that's why. If you know what a parts former is, it's a transformer that you have to kind of take apart and put back together to get him to transform. A good example of that would be what's his face, the big guy, Omega Supreme. He was a tank, he was a track, he was like a rocket ship, and all the parts kind of formed together. So real quick before I kind of do this, I'm gonna get his wings kind of pointed out like that. kind of like this. Let me get that plugged in on the side there. So he's got his wings kind of, on the sides of his legs, which makes him look a lot nicer from the front. Definitely more retaining more of his jet form, because I like when you can kind of tell what they are in robot mode. We're just going to split these because there's two of them. And I just kind of found this out by reading the instructions. You can actually put these store them on the back of the legs if you want to. They just kind of clip right on. There it goes. I like that snap. When you transforming these guys and they snap, it's just so satisfying. Anyway, so this is what he looks like. I'm gonna go ahead. Gotta put his feet down there. I'm gonna put. Oops, I forgot to move these around. Now the guns here. These are his pistols. His hands move around like this. The pistols. They pull out. They pull it out. There was one point in the cartoon where Optimus says, "Autobots transform and pull out," and it just. I mean, I know it's dirty, but I couldn't help but laugh. Anyway, so on the box and art and everything, these are his pistols. This is the length. It pops out. You can pop it right back in, but it's supposed to look like this. But I honestly kind of like it better, kind of short like that. I find like I don't know. I just like how they look like that better. And you just plug right into his hands. Now his hands do open. You can open them if you want to. There we go. That's airstrike or airburst, sorry, in robot mode with his guns in his hands, his rocket launchers on the back of his legs, and they also do pop off. And this is where I prefer to have them. There's a little slider here, and it pops up these missiles, so it becomes sort of missile pods, and they just kind of sit on the sides of his arms. They sit on the sides of his arms. So anyway, there's a little switch right there. You just pull it up, and then missiles pop out. There we go. It clamps on right there, which I like the way that looks a lot better personally. But when it's your figure, you can do whatever you want. Now this, to keep it from kind of slapping around back here, what you can do is fold it in. Oops. And it just clips. There's a little groove back here and a hole that it just snaps right into. You just got to get it kind of squared off a little better than I have it. There it goes, like so, and the wings just wrap around. So he's very sturdy. The way they have these little thrusters back here set up to kind of be his heels. He's got some pretty good ankle pivots. Let's get in size comparison. I have transformed all of them, so I'm going to start with Scourge here. So you can see, while the figure, the vehicle form was pretty close. Just going to put him back here. You can see he's a lot shorter than classic Scourge or Scourge or whatever you want to call him. It's literally pronounced both ways in the cartoon. And then there's classics Cyclonus, who's one of my favorite, hands down, classics figures. And thanks Zach. Oh man, this guy, his legs are just so loose. I think there's a way you can tighten it up by putting like nail polish on there, but his legs are so loose. He's basically like a woman of the evening. And yeah, that was a bad joke, but I'm going to stick with it. So, and then here he is next to, this is Masterpiece Prowl. And I just want to go on a little tirade here. They released Masterpiece Prowl in the United States. They released him. Toys R Us has an exclusive. I saw him today, $70 at the Toys R Us I went to. I bought this guy off of Amazon. I bought him imported from Japan for $80. I got him a long time ago. He comes in a better box. And I don't have to go around and deal with scalpers and everything. And it's stupid. It's $10 more. Anyway, so this is him. I'm just going to move Scourge here, which I prefer calling him Scourge, and put him right next to it. You can definitely see, I want to put him up to the camera. you can see he's actually a little smaller than this guy. So while in robot mode, they're all kind of pretty equal, or not robot mode, sorry. While in car mode, they're all pretty equal. In robot mode, this guy kind of is bigger than all of them. He's definitely bigger than classics. There, he's bigger than masterpiece. So it's really hard to gauge this guy. That's what I was saying. In robot mode, I definitely feel like he has more of a masterpiece feel in how he looks. He has a great G1 head sculpt. I'm going to go ahead and put these back. He has a great G1 head sculpt. I'm going to go ahead and get this in here. Right in there. Manual focus. There we go. And he actually has some light piping. I just want to show you the light piping he's got in here. Oh man, look at that. Look at that light piping. It's so awesome. Goes right through. He looks really good in a silhouette with that. Okay, I'm gonna go over some. I'm gonna go over articulation. He has a really good head on a ball joint. Goes all the way over. Looks great. His arms, his little shoulders move up and can kind of move out of the way. His arms move. The way his shoulders work is this is a solid piece right here, and it moves up and down like this. It even can move back and forth because of the transformation. This moves out. He's got hinged elbow, and he has wrist swivel, and that's about it on there. He does have some waist rotation, like that. His legs move all around, all around. He's got a little ratcheting motion, but not audible, which kind of sucks. He's got some upper thigh swivel. He has knee joints, and then he has some ankle and toe movement and pivot. And you know what? He is just like I said. He's fantastic. He's worth the $90 that I spent on him. I absolutely love him. I can't wait now to get all of them. I'm not looking forward to how much I have to pay for him. If you are brave enough, if you have the money, please do yourself a favor and buy this. Like I said, I got mine from TF Stores. You can also get them from Big Bad Toy Store. You can't go, like I said, to Toys R Us and get these. They're not actual Transformers. They're pretty much only sold online. But I can't recommend this guy enough. He is simply fantastic. So definitely pick him up if you can. My official rating as a Transformer standalone, not combiner toy, he's probably a good like 8 out of 10. His space shuttle mode leaves some. It's a little lacking, but his robot mode is absolutely fantastic. Looks great. Definitely will be displayed on my shelf. The problem is I don't know when I get all of them if they're going to be individual or if they're going to be Bruticus. It's going to be hard. I'll probably be switching between them a lot. Um, but the robot mode definitely makes up for the transformations. So definitely pick them up if you can. If not, watch my figures and live through me vicariously. But seriously, thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for more videos, and have a great day.